are currently leaving Bratislava, headed to Budapest on a bus. We had no idea that Bratislava had such an amazing bus station. There's actually an entire mall above us right now. But in case you missed our last video, we're Drew and Isabel, and we're currently on a trip through Central Europe. We began our trip in Prague, then headed on to Vienna, then hopped on a quick train to Bratislava, where we now sit on a bus to Budapest, the capital of Hungary and the place we're so excited to explore for the next 72 hours.
So we bought a 72-hour travel pass to get around the city. We can use their metros, their trams, even the river taxi. Great public transportation here. The pass costs right around $14 for 3 days. So we're heading to the tram station right now to take our first ride to the Parliament building, which we have a tour set up for. So behind me is the Budapest Parliament building, and it is the third largest parliament building in the world.
Built in the neo-Gothic style of architecture.
It is massive, and we have an appointment in, what time is it? In 4 minutes. We gotta find the entrance. The tickets cost $32 a person for adults, non-European Union citizens, and for European Union citizens, they were $16 a person. So we're on like a group audio tour. Here we go.
And in we went to the House of Parliament. It's one of Budapest's most iconic landmarks and makes for quite a silhouette along the Danube River. The house has over 20 kilometers of staircases and almost 700 rooms. But of course, the tour only allowed us to go through the halls of some of the Parliament's most important rooms, like this insane conference hall.
We have just left the Parliament building. It was very cool, beautifully built, definitely worth seeing. However, the ticket price at more than $30, kind of steep. The tour lasts an hour at most, so if you're short on time or short on money, I'd probably skip it.
Now we're going to head back to our area. We're staying in the Jewish quarter, which has a ton of restaurants and bars. We're gonna take one of the trams. It happens to be a super scenic river route. And then we're gonna go to a ruin pub, which is exactly how it sounds. It is literally a pub that has been built into old ruins in the city. It's a very popular thing to do here. So we're gonna go have a beer and enjoy one of them. Welcome.
So all the decorations in this restaurant are just a complete random eclectic mess. From the chandeliers to the chairs to the tables, every single thing here is different, and it looks like an old ruined building that someone took everything from their old apartment and put it on the walls, and you've got a pub. I like it. I'm trying my first Hungarian beer. It's a Hungarian IPA. We drink a lot of IPAs in Colorado, so we'll see how this compares. I don't think I've had an IPA since I left Colorado. Wow, it smells like an IPA. It's not as heavy as a lot of the Colorado IPAs, but I like that because I don't love that piney, earthy flavor. It's good stuff. So I lost my hat a few days ago. I left it in a taxi when we were arriving to Prague. And so I've been wearing Isabel's blue hat, but that place had a lost and found where you could just take things for free because they have never been claimed, and I got a new hat.
Let us know if you guys like this one or the blue one better.
Yeah, black or blue. We have just arrived in the central market in Budapest. It is the largest and oldest market here. It's 3 stories, has almost 200 stalls, and we're hungry, so we're gonna find some food and do some exploring here. So the bottom floor appears to be like actual proper market, butcher stands, veggies, cheeses, pastas. You actually grocery shop here, and then I believe upstairs is where we're gonna find more of the ready-to-eat food stalls slash restaurants.
So I got a mix of pomegranate and orange juice, and I already took my first sip and I actually got a pomegranate in my mouth, so it's really fresh.
So along with your restaurants on the second floor, you've also got your typical market souvenir shops. It's kind of just lined all the way around the edges. We're still looking for the restaurants though. All right, we found a place that's got heat and live music, so we're going in. So I went with the layered potatoes for my meal. Potatoes, sausage, sour cream. Yep. I also got a plate of vegetables. Gotta stay healthy.
I got stuffed cabbage.
You did? Isabel makes weird food choices sometimes.
This is a traditional Hungarian dish.
Oh, they've got a guy walking around playing the violin too with his friends in the back on the piano. It's a pretty good setup in here.
I like to try everything.
I know, that all looks so good.
What's your favorite?
My favorite.
Yeah.
Let's see. So the Hungarian cakes are more like, you know, very light and creamy instead of the British spongy texture cakes. So I prefer like the fruity ones. Let's say this one is one of my favorite, but I like the dobos torta
Okay,
too.
then that's good, I think.
Yeah, you will be fine with that.
We've just arrived at our next stop of the day, which is called the Museum of Terror. It might sound like a haunted house, but it's not. It is actually a museum dedicated to when Hungary was ruled by the Nazis and when Hungary was ruled by Russia. So really it's the House of Terror because it talks about 2 terrible times in Hungarian history. And above me, you'll see they've got this, I don't even know what you call it, but it's a giant metal piece that runs all around the top of it. Should be a pretty interesting and heavy museum, so looking forward to it. So we just left the museum. They did not allow recording on the inside or photography, but it was heavy. It was very informative. I learned a lot that I didn't know. I didn't know the beginning of the things that even happened here post-World War II and the decades to follow. So extremely eye-opening, extremely well set up museum. We spent almost 2.5 hours there, so there's a lot to see, but it's not overwhelming. If you're here, definitely check it out. Absolutely worth seeing. Now on a bit of a lighter note, we might have booked a boat tour along the Danube. Danube? We might have booked a boat tour on the Danube with unlimited Prosecco. So we are gonna head that way and enjoy a little cruise this evening.
What's your step, please?
Good evening. Good evening.
Watch your step.
It is 25 euros, all you can drink. The tour lasts 75 minutes, so it's a really good deal. They do have other drinks here. Isabel has moved on to cucumber water and lemonade. So if you're not a drinker, that is okay. There is other stuff to drink. However, you're still paying for unlimited Prosecco.
Because that's the only option.
Yeah. There's no avoiding that. Well, that was actually quite wonderful. There was a lot of champagne. You got to see all the big sights of Budapest. They actually do 3 tours a night at 5:30, 7, and 9. So if you don't want to come to the early one like we did, you can go to a later one. But I ordered a Bolt, so hopefully it's still here. Taxi ending in 517. Might actually be down the other way. All right, we got to find this and the camera's gonna die, so bye.
Good morning. We've got a lot of things on the to-do list today, starting with the old Budapest Castle, which is apparently now a museum, so I don't know if we're gonna go inside, but we wanna see it at least, and then we have to go to
The Fisherman's Bastion.
the Fisherman's Bastion. And then end our day with the thing that you're supposed to do when you're here, and that's a thermal bathhouse. Hopefully we can show you guys a little bit of the inside. Let's go.
We haven't really talked about this, but Budapest used to be 2 cities, Buda and Pest. They combined, which is why you have the current name. They're technically separated by the river, so we're staying on the Pest side, which is the east side, and we're going to the Buda side, the west side, where they have the castle, they've got the Bastion, some churches. So we are heading to the tram and going to the west side of the river. So that is where we are heading, and this is how we are getting up.
You can't use your tram pass or your 72-hour pass or whatever to go up. You have to purchase a separate ticket. It'll get you up and down, and it is a little pricey. It's between 10 to 12 US.
So you get a really nice view over the city from the top. We're walking upon, it's almost like a little, it's like the castle wall boardwalk, yeah. But great view over the whole city. I guess this is where they used to patrol on the castle walls.
You can see all like the castle wall, whatever's left of it here.
Yeah. Heading out to that little spot to get a view.
My fingers are frozen underneath my gloves, so we're gonna go try to find a cafe to sit in and just warm up a little bit. Maybe it's because we're up higher, but it's cold today.
So this building behind me that we're walking into now is called the Fisherman's Bastion, and it was built as a commemorative thing for the 1000th anniversary of Hungary's founding. So they made it look fairy tale-esque. So it's gonna have archways and turrets, and it's very pretty compared to some of the other fortress-like things on top of this hill. I think there's music practice going on.
You have to pay for the Fisherman's Bastion lookout point, but there's a free lookout point right here. But if you do want to pay money, you can go up there. And it's probably a bit more private, maybe for those Instagram photo takers.
So this very upper part is actually a rooftop bar. So if you want a drink and a good view, it's your place. It's also a restaurant inside the castle walls that you can eat at.
So Drew has ventured to the top of that building to check out the view. Oh, there's a group of boys. I don't know why they're cheering, but I'm really happy for them. But I just saw something that looked kind of funny. Just over here. Hello?
They're just blending right in. Welcome to the thermal baths. A very popular thing to do here in Budapest. It is naturally warm,
Groundwater full of minerals. It makes for a wonderful swimming pool.
Can I go join them?
Yeah. So apparently that pool pushes you, so we're gonna see. Pulls you so fast.
So it is freezing cold outside and we didn't bring towels. Bring a towel because they don't have towels for you. They have 3-euro rental towels, which are just paper towels. So, yeah.
Girl is unfazed by the cold. Not so much mom, but Isabel definitely is.
I came out saying I'm not gonna get cold and I'm feeling all right. Look, nothing. No goosebumps.
It's pretty good.
I know. Hello, Budapest viewers. I am currently on the Nile River having a blast in Egypt, so make sure to subscribe because the next few videos are gonna be awesome.